Qantas is urgently approaching. Passenger Mr. Jeffrey Sampson. Your flight is in the final stages of boarding and is ready for departure.
Good morning, welcome to Brisbane Airport, where today I'm flying with China Airlines over to Auckland. Looking forward to it, let's go check in. Beyond the dedicated Sky Priority check-in lane, there's also a dedicated check-in lane for Premium Economy, which is quite nice. I'm getting quite used to being at Brisbane International Airport these days. Of course, always love being here and can't wait for this next flight to Auckland again. Security and immigration at Brisbane International is relatively painless, which would otherwise mean plenty of time to access the lounge, but today, as I was only flying Premium Economy, there was no lounge access for me. No matter, as there's lots of activity going on at Brisbane, particularly on weekdays, and I was not disappointed by the aircraft on display today, with a couple of the regulars for the lunchtime arrivals and departures at Brisbane International. The departure gate was extremely chaotic, however the staff did an amazing job of enforcing the boarding rules, allowing business class and then premium economy and then economy class passengers to line up and board. You'll see later that the experience in Auckland coming back to Brisbane was not quite the same. Having never flown China Airlines before, I was immediately surprised when I entered the aircraft to see such a beautiful cabin. Even though it is fake wood effect, the glossy styling on the walls as well as the tabletops really are quite striking and unique and really give, I guess, a sense of personality and individuality to China Airlines. At check-in, I was actually given the opportunity to upgrade to business class for just $300 Australian for a 3-hour flight. And while I considered it, I wanted to try the Premium Economy first. Anyway, on with the trip report in Premium Economy. And this cabin is really nice. It's 62 seats in a 242 configuration in the 777 wide body, giving it plenty of room. The seats themselves are quite nicely padded and come with a pillow and a blanket on request. There's also personal reading lights for each seat, as well as some storage beside your shoulder and a soft armrest. The legroom is good, especially for me with a height of 191 centimetres. I had plenty of room and the nominal seat pitch is 38 inches, which makes it very comfortable for me indeed. Some over-ear headphones are supplied in Premium Economy, which I did not try but seem to be quite weighty and nicely fitting for Premium Economy. There's also a little flip-up tray which is not that useful, only for the cups which China Airlines supply during the services. The entertainment screen is bright and high definition and is available in 3 languages: English, Japanese and Mandarin. Having a closer look around seat 34K, there is a little bit of space between the window and the right hand armrest, and both armrests do have that soft padding. There is a remote control for the touchscreen entertainment screen on the center panel, which clips out. There's also an angled recess for the headphone jack, which is very handy. There is a leg rest in the seat as well, which wasn't quite popping out unfortunately on my seat, but on the way back from Auckland to Brisbane you'll see that my leg rest was able to go up probably about 70 to 80 degrees, which was quite nice. One annoying part of the China Airlines experience is the ads displayed on the seatback entertainment screens throughout the entire time of boarding, and the audio played through the whole of aircraft audio system. There is no individual air conditioning vent, which is a little bit disappointed because this cabin was quite hot on the tarmac in Brisbane. But I must say I was very impressed by the boarding process on this aircraft and really looking forward to the flight ahead and enjoying the seat offering and cabin service in Premium Economy on China Airlines.
提醒您随时留意电子用品使用状况，如有异常，请立即通知空服人员。
Let's get ready for the roar of the GE90s. Once in the air, it was time to give an in-depth look at the entertainment system, and as you can see, the screen is very bright and colourful and extremely responsive. This aircraft was only a couple of years old and the entertainment system felt like it was not well worn at all. The content was good. There was a good variety of Western new releases as well as various Asian movies and TV shows as well. The tray table had a design which I had not seen on an aircraft before. The whole middle section of the seat back forms the tray table itself, and it swivels up and is adjustable both in and out. Unfortunately, the catering experience on board this premium economy flight was not very premium at all. For a start, there was only one choice, and I believe this was the same offering available to economy class passengers. Alcoholic drinks were available on request, but not available on the initial service offering for beverages, so I opted for a Coke. The chicken pasta dish was bland and tasteless. Sorry, China Airlines. Luckily, this hokey pokey ice cream made up for it and put a smile on my dial. My gin and tonic arrived about 10 minutes after I finished eating, which I guess is better late than never. The premium economy lavatory on the starboard or right hand side of the aircraft is smaller than the left, and you'll see on the way over I used that one on the other side. A pretty standard lavatory, but definitely more spacious than on single aisle narrow body aircraft. With the seat fully reclined, the legroom for me is much less, as this seat does slide out and within its own shell for the recline function. So take note those with long legs or tall stature. These flights from the east coast of Australia to New Zealand do go extremely fast, and before long, here I am back again in Auckland Airport. Fortunately, the bags do come out quick for premium economy and of course business class passengers. You definitely know you've arrived in New Zealand. Hello again, part 2 of the China Airlines Premium Economy experience on board the 777-300ER. Let's fly back to Brisbane from Auckland tonight. I usually try and fit in a little bit of plane spotting before every single flight and make sure I arrive very early. There's pretty good rate of movement of aircraft here in Auckland, but before long the China Airlines 777 flying me back to Brisbane touched down. Boarding was from Gate 2 of the International Terminal of Auckland Airport, which is downstairs and in a rather cramped space with not a lot of seating for a 300-seat aircraft. Parents with young children and the elderly requiring assistance were offered to board first. But aside from that, there was no order or priority given to business class or premium economy class passengers when general boarding commenced, which was very disappointing and made it an extremely chaotic and scrambled time. This was more of an Auckland airport problem rather than China Airlines problem, but still, the experience should be flawless and consistent from every port of call. Anyway, as you can see, I finally got a seat with a leg rest that was functioning. There's also a drop-down footrest as well, but this was not useful for me because I am way too tall. Also, the lighting was quite bold and distinctive on this flight, which was in the later part of the evening, which gave the cabin a sense of winding down. As I mentioned earlier, the lavatory on the port side is absolutely huge. It is way bigger than the starboard side, and there's plenty of room to literally just spread out and enjoy yourself while Mother Nature takes its course. Once again, the catering on this flight was a letdown. Very basic, very primitive, and the warm dish again was only a single option, this time a chicken curry with rice and some mashed sweet potato and broccoli, which was extremely overcooked. The fruit and ice cream was actually the best part again, which is quite sad. My overall impression of China Airlines Premium Economy is quite mixed. The seat itself is very functional and quite comfortable, particularly on this shorter flight, but I could imagine being very comfortable on long-haul flights as well. Unfortunately though, the service and the food and beverage offering on board, at least on this short Trans-Tasman flight from Brisbane to Auckland, was certainly not up to the premium economy standard that I was looking forward to and expecting. Those meals were just not good at all, and the service was extremely rushed. It felt like they were running a marathon and trying to get us done as quickly as possible. Maybe they actually had to go back and assist in economy to serve the meals there, but the premium economy feel was definitely not evident on board this flight with regards to the service. But would I fly premium economy on China Airlines again? Absolutely. This was an extremely good value flight and was actually less than 100 Australian dollars per segment more expensive than the economy class offering. So I'm glad I tried it, and look, overall I did actually enjoy the experience. Anyway, enough from me. I hope you enjoyed this trip report, and thanks for watching. Tune in for the next time. Bye!